Good evening, folks. Frank Zerilli, Zor Capital, November 6, 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to go over my daily watch list and also the previous 5 days to see we can learn some things. And I'm also going to go over tomorrow's watch list. But first, let's talk about APC. If you guys missed it, I wrote about this stock on Friday. And I went long the stock at 49.18. I wrote about it on the blog. What's interesting about APC is they recently announced they're going to do a $2.5 billion buyback. That's roughly about 10% of the market cap. But more importantly, they announced an accelerated share repurchase program where they're going to do the first $1 billion by year end. And that's big because anytime this stock is down, it should be on your watch list because it's going to have an underlying bid. They have to buy this stock before year end. The stock had a big move up today. It was up almost nearly 5%, which is a lot for a big cap company like APC. There was also, I heard also that an option newsletter was out there recommending the November 45 calls. But either way, I wouldn't chase the stock here. But on any down days, it should be on your list because, again, they initiated an accelerated share repurchase program where they're going to buy $1 billion worth of stock by year end. Okay, that's important. Let's go over the list the last couple of days, the last few days. DVAX, which we mentioned in previous videos, we got long here at 2075, had a big 10% move immediately and then sold off. This is going to happen. This is the reason why I like taking profits on the way up, because sometimes this will happen, okay, where the stock goes up 10%, it gives up the entire move, it goes down to your buy price, and either you let it go or you get rid of it. You know, you read all these books and all these people talking about don't let a winner turn into a loser. Sometimes it is true. You don't allow a winner to turn into a loser, but here in this case, the stock went to 2075. Went from 2075 back to 23, back to 2075, and now it's back to almost, then went back to 2320. So had you given it some room, and you would have been back in the money, and you would have been up roughly almost 12.5% from the original buy price. That's what happens. It's trading. It's going to happen. It will happen a lot. CWBR, this was on the list, has been on the list for 5 or 6 days. Today was the first that it actually triggered. It was on the list yesterday as well. YY was on the list here, an IBD 50. It was on the list yesterday, or actually in this morning's list, going through 90.95. This has acted well. GWRE was on the list here at 78.04 was the buy stop. It had a nice move, had a high of 83.50. I sold almost all of it, if not all of it here. I sold some here on the way up, but got rid of the rest here in the morning. NVIDIA, we spoke about NVIDIA, an IBD 50 stock. We spoke about it on 11/1, right over here. Something to own until they come out with their numbers on the 9th of November, and the stock has done well, but I wouldn't buy it here. 5 is a stock that 1031. Going through this high here, 55.66. It triggered the following day. So far, it's had a 2-point move. This looks like a lot more, but it's a 2-point move. We took some profits. We still have some. TTD, it's another IBD name that we got involved. Here was the trigger price was right over here. We got involved twice. 64.13. It had a 2-point move. They do report on the 9th, so you got to get rid of it by then. SQM, here's a trade that triggered right over here, had a 3-point move, and then it completely sold off. We got long at 60.57. The stock hit a high of 63.32, and the next day it sold off, and we were stopped out. We were out once it broke the low of the breakout day. XRF, we got long here at roughly $8.20. Stock went to $8.78, and it's done nothing but sell off. I still have some, but it's on the chopping block. Let's see. Here's the list from 1031, GWRE 5, TTD, Workday. We got involved right over here a few times here, 107.20 and also 109.64. Had to move to 112 and it sold off. It still looks okay. I mean, this stock has been trading sideways for a while. It looks okay, and I will give it, to the 50-day moving average. Target, we got involved here at 59.62. Went up to 59.95, and then it sold off for the last couple of days, but it still looks okay. Stop is still at 58.60. EHIC didn't trigger. SQM, we went over that. It's been on the list since 10/31. Finally triggered today. We'll talk about this one in a little bit. This is the list from 11/1. V-Ray, we got involved here at 7/18. Stock printed an inside day. We took profits, as high as 20% on Friday and also today. CASC is a biotech stock. It's been trading sideways for a while. It still looks okay. It looks, constructive. It's a big base, and what we're looking for is a resolution to the upside. Twilio didn't trigger. ARDM didn't trigger. This is the list from 11/2. ZYNE. The trigger price was roughly 10.03. The buy stop. It triggered. Stock went up as high as 15% today. A high of 11.54. That's roughly about 15%. We took some profits on the way up, and we still have some. This is exactly the way a swing trade should. What you want to see in a swing trade. Here's the buy stop going through 9.93. Put a buy stop at 10.03, and it goes up immediately. This is a nice move, a 15% move in a matter of 3 days. ZGNX, another name that we took some profits today, up 7.5%. Stock's been trading sideways for a while, down 3 days in a row. We got long here, had a very nice move immediately. Like I said, took some off today, plus 7.5, but I still have some. Been on the list for the last 5-6 days. Finally triggered today. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Fuel cell still looks good. I'm long the stock. It's got a great weekly chart. It's got to get above this 230. Netflix. If I'm not mistaken, this was an IBD name. We got long at 199.32 right over here. Had a high of 202.48. Still looks okay. I think it's fine until unless it breaks the 10 20 day moving average. Target we spoke about. CDNA. It's been on the list for the last few days. Finally hit today. Had a buy stop at 5.95. Got hit at $6. Was lucky enough to sell a little bit. Up 7.5%. The stock went up almost 8% immediately. I got some off at 6.45, but the stock sold off the rest of the day. I'm still long some stock, and they report on the 9th, so be aware of that. ANAP still can't get out of his own way. It's got to get above the 66, 67 level, but it still looks good. ARDM didn't trigger. Cure. We got long here, and here, and I anticipated this breakout here, but I got long here, added here. I took some off plus 10% here. This was a nice move from roughly 14.96 to 16.54. I'm still long the stock, but I took some profits along the way. VERI, we'll talk about CDNA, ANAP. Okay, so for today's list, this was a day trade. They reported today. So this was a day trade going through 35.49, buy stop 35.59, and it was a good day trade because it had a high of 38.58. There was ample room there to make some money and take some profits. CWBR, for the first time, it's triggered for the first time in the last 6 days, going through this high, which is 5.75, hit a high of $6 a share, and then closed at $6 a share. Still looks good. SND trigger. 7.13. When you're getting involved with some of these low dollar stock, you might put a buy stop 10 cents above the previous day high, or you might go 5 cents. Either way, this stock trigger, there was some action in the aftermarket. It was as high as 7.35. The trigger price here was $7.18. YY, like we said a little while ago, it triggered. The buy stop was 91.05, hit a high of 92.34. Facebook triggered at the end of the day as well. Buy stop was 179.96. High is hit a high of 180.45. Still looks good. I'm not crazy about Facebook, but it looks okay. CDNA, we spoke about this already. ANAB. RHT is another one that triggered. Buy stop was 121.74. Hit a high of 121.60. Hit a high of 122.20, but it's sold off. This stock is extended. I'm not so crazy about these big cap names that has such a large moves, because once they get up here, there's not much left. So this one looks okay. TRXC, I like this one. Didn't trigger. Is on the list for tomorrow again, going through 283. Buy stop 290. Stop at 260. Twitter did not trigger, but I like it again, going through 1985. As far as tomorrow's list, I have just, 3 names. I have Twitter going through 1985, stop 1920. I have SGMO. It's a biotech stock. They reported the 9th. I'm not expecting earnings at all, but going through 1240. I like this stock going through 1240. Buy stop 1250. Stop loss at 1190. And that's it. So Twitter, SGMO, and TRXC. 3 names. I went through probably 1,500 names. Maybe I'm being a little picky right now, or just that a lot of these stocks are reporting earnings here in the short term, and I don't want to step in front of it. Either way, trade them well and be well. If you have any questions, hit me at ZorTrades on Twitter.